Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today we are going to be learning about selecting and viewing data with Pandas in Pandas data analysis. So this is how much we have got up to so far. So we have finished our introduction to Pandas and we have learned how to describe data with Pandas. Now today we're going to be learning about selecting and viewing data with Pandas. So let's open up our Jupyter Notebook. You should be familiar with how to open it up by now. So this is how we open. So I have opened mine up. And today we are going to be learning about viewing and selecting data with Pandas. Okay, so if I run that, so we have got a nice heading over here. Okay, so there are many functions and attributes that you can access if you want to view and select data with Pandas. So the first one is called head. Okay, so this is the data frame we are going to use in this video. This stationary cells one. So I'm going to say stationary cells dot head. Okay, what has this done? It has returned the first 5 rows of my stationary cells.head column. So why would it give you 5 rows? So good question, even I don't know, but 5 actually kind of seems like a good amount for head. But you can actually access more than 5 if you want. So let's say we wanted to access the first 7 rows. We can say stationary cells dot head, and we can look at 7. Okay, so it has 7. It has given us 7 first rows. So if you want to do the opposite of head, so from the bottom instead, what do you think we'd do? Think for a bit and then come back. Okay, so have you thought about it now? So this one is called tail. Okay, so we can put in stationary cells dot tail, and this will give us the bottom 5. Okay, so we can also type in stationary cells dot tail like that, and it will give us the bottom 3. Now there are also 2 attributes called lock, 2 functions called lock and iLock to select data from series and data frames. So first I'm going to create a sample series. Okay, so I'm going to call this series animals. So animals is equal to pd dot series. This is how we create a series. And what animals do I want to put in? I'm just going to put in cat, dog, bird, why not pandas, and let's put in a python. Okay, so we put in our animals, and now we can actually give it some indexes. So we can put what order we want the index in. So we can say index is equal to what order. So I'm going to start with 0, 3, 7, 2, 1. Okay, so make sure there's the correct amount of indexes for the correct amount of elements in our series. And if we call animals, okay, so we need to put in the equal sign, don't we? Okay, so there we go. Now we can see that the index is kind of shuffled around because we made it shuffle around. Okay, so the .lock function takes an integer as a input, and it chooses from your series or data frame whichever index matches the number. Okay, so let's type in animals.lock. What index do we want? Okay, which one? Okay, so I am going to what should we put in? Well, let's look at index 3. So it should return dog because that is at index 3, and it gives us dog. Okay, so it has given us the animal at index 3. We can also do it again. Animals.lock. Which one should I put in this time? I shall put in 1. So it will give me Python because that is at index 1. So let's try this with our stationary cells data frame. So let's call stationary cells. Okay, so here is our data frame, and let's select a row at index 3. Okay, so I am going to say car cells, not car cells, why am I saying car cells? Stationary cells dot lock. Okay, so which index shall I put in this time? I'm going to put in index 3 like I said before, and it has given me the type. So the type is a rubber, the color is red, the length in centimeters is 3.6, the cost is £3.49, the name is 3, so the index name is 3, the data type is a object. Okay, so it's giving us all the information of the object at index 3. Okay, so now let's test it out with iLock. Okay, so let's call our animals data frame once again. Okay, so we've got our animals data frame. Now let's look at iLock. So animals.iLock 3. Okay, but oh, it hasn't given us dog. I thought that was at index 3. Why didn't it give us dog? So basically, it's going to give us the third position. So position 0, then position 1, position 2, position 3, which is pandas. Okay, so the third position. Okay, so pandas appears at index 2, but actually it's in the third position, not the third index. Okay, so iLock depends on position. So let's try this with stationary cells. Let me call it once again stationary cells. Let's call this once again. There we go. So how are we going to do this? I'm going to select the rubber again. So I'm going to say stationary cells dot iLock. Okay, so it gave us rubber. Okay, it gave us rubber. Why is this? Okay, I thought the index was actually what is it called? I thought the index was what am I trying to say again? I thought the index was 3, not the position. Well, it is, because remember the first position will count as 0, then the first, the second, then the third. Okay, so that is the position it goes in. Okay, so this is what we can say. Now there is another way we can use iLock and lock. So let's try on our animals series first. So we could say animals.lock :3. What does this mean? We are trying to say get all the rows up to and including to index 3. So it should give us cat and dog. Okay, so it's giving us cat and dog because this is up to index 3, so it'll include dog and it'll include cat. Okay, so we can also try this with iloc, animals.iloc :3. So what's this going to do? It's going to give us all the elements with positions up to 3. Okay, so cat, dog, and bird, and it won't include the 3rd position though. So let's try this on stationary cells. Let's try this on here. So now we are going to say stationary cells dot lock. We want to do it up to index 3, so : index 3, and we have got everything including up to index 3. So now let's use iloc. So stationary cells dot iloc, so up to position 3 this time. Okay, so we get up to and not including position 3. So before we move on, we want to revise what do we use iloc for and what do we use lock for. Okay, so we use lock for so we use dot lock when so we use dot lock when we refer to indexes, and we use dot iloc when we refer to positions. Okay, so keep that in mind because it will come in handy, and also you don't want to get confused. Okay, so also there is a way you can select a particular column by passing in a column name, and you can use this on data frame, not series, because a series doesn't have columns, only a data frame does. So if I call stationary cells again, so you don't have to keep on scrolling up. Whoops, I spelled that wrong. Stationary. Okay, so you've got a data frame over here. Which column do I want to select? How about color? Let me select, actually not the color, let's select the type. So I'm going to say car cells, brackets, which column do we want? I want the type column, so you pass that in as a string. Oh, it's not car cells, oh my goodness, stationary cells. Okay, there we go. We have got the whole column and the index of each element. So the first index 0 is pencil, correct. Second one is ruler, third one is pen, so on and so forth, and each one has a data type of a object. Okay, and the name is type. Okay, so the name of our column is type. We can try this on another one. So stationary cells, which one? Let's do color. Okay, so this time we've got all the colors. Okay, so this is how we can select a color. So we can also filter through what ones you want to select. So if I just call my stationary cells again. Okay, so you've got it here. Now let's specify what kind of output we want returned. So I'm going to go to stationary cells. I want to index to stationary cells. Which column do I want to index to? I'm going to index to the length in cm column. And what outputs do I want returned? So I want the outputs, I want the elements that are greater than, let's say, 7.0. Okay. Whoops, what's happened here? Length in C. Okay, so it's in lowercase. So remember to do it properly. What was it saying this time? Apparently, okay, so loads of spelling errors here. Length. Okay, so length. There we go. So it is giving us all the ones that all the elements smaller than 7.0 in the length in centimeters column. Okay, so that is working. So now let's do it again, but this time we're going to do it with another one. So stationary cells, we want to index to a column in stationary cells. Which column? I'm going to do type, and I only want the ones that are equal to the type pen. Okay, so we need to put that in a string, pen. Okay, so there are 2 pens, so it'll give us pen over there. So there is also something called pd.crosstab. So we put in pd instead of stationary cells. So I'm going to say pd.crosstab. So you want to cross tab through 2 columns. So which columns? I want to cross tab through stationary cells. Which column? Let's do type, the type column. And also I want to cross tab, I want to put in stationary cells. I also want to put in the color column. Okay, so let's correct all of this kind of bad syntax over here. Stationary, also we put in, there we go. So if we run this, it gives us a cross tab of all the colors. Okay, so it is saying there are no black pens, no blue pens, but there are 2 green pens, no pink pens, no red pens, no white pens, no black pencils, 1 blue pencil, 1 white pencil, so on and so forth. So that is what cross-tabbing does. If you want to compare more columns, in the context of another column, you can use the group by function. So how can we do this? First, let's view our stationary cells again. So it's good practice to keep on viewing and editing data. Okay, so we are going to be using the group by. Okay, so we're going to be using the group by function. So how do we do this? So we need to, instead of putting PD, instead we put in stationary cells. Okay, so stationary cells dot group by. So not group by, sorry, group by. Remember to spell all these functions correctly. Which one do we want to kind of compare? So in the brackets of group by, which column do I want to index to? I'm going to put in the type column, and I want to put in the mean. Okay, so what is this going to do? Basically, it's going to get the type. So it is saying, so what is this doing? So obviously the length in centimeters over here is the only number, is the only kind of number thing. So what this is going to go to, this is going to find the mean of the amount of pens, so the cost of the amount of pens. It's going to find the mean of the cost of the amount of pencils, cost of the amount of rubbers, cost of the amount of rulers, so on and so forth. Okay, so that is what this is going to do. So before this video gets too long, I have decided to stop it right here. The next part will be available. I'll put the link to it right now up here, so you guys can access it. So if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubts or comments or suggestions, please put them in the comment section below. So I guess that's the end of this video. Bye!